We were oppressed as soon as they put us in chains and saw us as a commodity. They still keep those chains on us, regardless of how we see other people being successful. Everybody in every ethnic group has people who are successful. Some people have it better the way that they lived in their economic development. Some pulled themselves up out of bootstraps. But when you look at things statistically, it's not good in the numbers when you look at it. So it's up to people to make their decision what makes them happy.
I think that a lot of times people talk a lot of mess out of their mouths, and I think that there's a big point that gets missed in all of this that we talk about what we can do as Black people, as humans, right? Pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, right? We forget that every citizen, every human does not have the same capacity or fortitude, or everyone doesn't have the same intellectual, visionary, monetary, economic capacity, right? So it doesn't matter. Like, yes, you can want to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Some people are only going to be able to pull up to a certain level, and that's the best that they can do, right? And then other people will be able to pull up higher than that. And that's the best that they can do. And they're giving their best. I think it's sickening to look at people who have been systematically oppressed and put into poverty and say, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And I think it's sickening when we look at each other like that too, right? There's a certain mentality that you have to have, and everyone does not have that. And that does not mean that we're better or worse off than anyone. Everyone has different capacity for different things. So yes, I feel like us as Black people, we need to be looking at who among us can pull it up, right? As high as we can pull it. In a rising tide, what's the thing? A rising tide lifts, right? Because all of us are not going to be able to do it. And that might sound socialist. I believe that, yes, let what we can do, the brightest minds, the people with the money, let what we can do pull everybody up. Everyone is not going to have that capacity. We got to help
that. No, I love that, because when you talk about us being entrepreneurs, and we are an anomaly. To get to my first million and compare me to a white man, it's going to take me 100 times harder to get to my first million than it takes him.